Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Karine from Sup Yoga with Karine. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. Our practice today will focus on inversion work. So we'll be working towards handstands and Pincha mayurasana. It will be a super hard strengthening practice, so make sure you have a glass of water and that you take some pauses when you need. For today's practice, you'll need a pair of socks and a slippery floor surface. So let's get ready. Make sure you click subscribe if you want more updates on videos just like this one. Make your way towards your mat. Let's have some fun. And gently make your way to a comfortable seated position. We'll be starting off our practice with a few moments of grounding. Taking these first few moments to check in with the self, noticing how the physical body may be feeling, and where the mind is going, and seeing if you could draw the awareness towards this exact moment. Tuning out the sounds around you, and honing everything back in. Noticing the rhythm of the breath, the gentle beating of the heart, the sensation of the sit bones grounding to the floor, the slight lengthening of the spine, and slowly start to deepen the breath. Starting to nourish the body with every inhale. And create space and lightness with every exhale. Seeing as we'll be moving through quite a vigorous practice today, you might start to activate your ujjayi breath. Finding a gentle constriction through the back of the throat, creating an ocean-sounding breath. Take 3 more deep breaths just like this. And maybe repeating a gentle mantra to yourself as an intention for the practice. And seeing as we'll be working with inversions today, maybe you'll come with the mantra of I am a light. I am balanced. I am stable. Use the next inhale to reach the arms up overhead. Slowly start to open the eyes. Exhale, take the hands to heart center. Press the thumbs against the sternum. Coming back to that mantra. I am a light. I am balanced. I am stable. Beautiful. Let's start to awaken the shoulders up here. Use the next inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms out. Let the breath fall through the mouth. Really pressing those shoulder blades back behind you. Inhale, reach the arms up. Extend through side body. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, arms draw up. Exhale, cactus. Fantastic. Hold here for 1 breath. Exhale, take the hands and the elbows together to meet in front of you. 2 more times. Inhale, open up the chest, open up the arms. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round it in. Reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, let the hands land beside you. Take the next inhale, reach the shoulders up towards the ears. And with the breath, sigh it out, shrug the shoulders down. Let's do 4 more. Last one. Beautiful. Take the right hand in front of you, left arm over, and then as the elbows start to stack, take the hands over to opposite shoulder, like if you're hugging yourself. Beautiful. Holding for a few breaths, lift those shoulders up just a bit higher. And then maybe allow the hands to come together or the back of the palms to come together, coming into eagle arms for a few breaths. Use an inhale, start to tilt the chin up. Exhale, crunch your elbows towards your feet. Inhale, lifting back up. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, rises you up. Exhale, crunch it in. Unravel the arms, let the arms come up. This time, take the left hand down in front of you, right elbow to stack. Hands come to opposite shoulder as you hug yourself gently. Lift those elbows up just a bit higher, and when you're ready, back of the hands will come back, or the palms can meet, coming into your full eagle arms. Feel the gentle pull between the shoulder blades. Next inhale lifts the chin up. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, round. Unravel the arms as the chest lifts up. Big breath in. Exhale, land the hands in front of you. We're coming into tabletop position. Take a few rounds of cat-cow here. Wrists are underneath the shoulders. Knees are underneath the hips. Inhale, drop the belly, open up the heart. Exhale, rounding the spine. Starting to pick up a pace in our practice here. Inhale, drop the belly, open up the heart. Exhale, rounding the spine. Last one, inhale, drop the belly, open the heart. Exhale, rounding the spine. Come back to your neutral tabletop here. And we'll start to move into some shoulder strengthening positions. Come out to the tips of your fingers here. So it's really important to have healthy wrists when you're practicing inversions, especially handstands. So this is a nice way to warm up the hands and the wrists, tenting through the fingers, tenting through the hands, really pressing the weight only into the fingertips. Fingers are spread out nice and wide, like if you have spider legs. Nice. On the inhale, we'll press the shoulder blades apart as we round the spine. Now, rather than moving into a cow pose on the exhale, we'll drop the belly and drop the shoulders down without arcing the back. So these are scapular push-ups. Take the next inhale. Press the shoulder blades apart, like if your spine is trying to reach out of your back. Exhale, lower the torso back down between the shoulders. Nice. So you see, this isn't a full spinal motion. It's really isolated just in the shoulder area. Take a few more just like that. Moving with your breath. You might start to feel the fingers working nice and hard. Forearms and wrists warming up. Wonderful. Come back down onto your hands. And then we'll come onto the sit bones. So this is the part of our practice where we will come and use our socks and get rid of our mat just for a few moments. So get those socks on your feet. And we'll push our mat to the side just for now. So for these next few moments, you have the option of using blocks underneath your hands for extra elevation, or you can come straight down to the floor if you'd like to. For today's purposes, I will be doing it on the floor, really to start to activate my core. Come into your seated Dandasana. Let the fingertips point in the same direction as your toes. On the next inhale, press your hips up towards the sky, coming into a reverse tabletop position. Notice the hips here, see if you can press them up just a bit higher. How are the shoulders feeling in this position? Maybe you'll allow the head and the neck to fall back. as you open through the neck. Just 2 more breaths here, seeing how the body feels in this position. Exhale, lower the hips back down. Nice. Lengthen the legs, reach the arms up for an inhale. Start to hinge at the hips, spine stays nice and long. As you exhale, start to fold forward. Once the spine can no longer reach forward, then you can allow the spine to roll in. Forehead coming down the shins. Just a few breaths. Take note of how the hamstrings are feeling. Inhale, lift the arms back up towards the sky. And then land the hands down beside you. So we're going to be moving back into our reverse tabletop position. Fingertips are pointing forward, and when you're ready, lift the hips up on the inhale. Starting to move dynamically here and really building the core strength. Press your hips up a little bit higher on your inhale. And as you exhale, press the hips all the way back. You'll start to shift the weight onto your heels. Hips are coming back behind you. Notice how the hips are lifted off the floor just a few inches. Nice. Inhale, come forward once again. Exhale, press the hips back. Keep those sit bones lifted up. You're pressing through the shoulders. My shoulders are pressing down away from my ears. Triceps are working really hard. Scapulas are working and spreading. Inhale, lift back up, reverse tabletop. Beautiful. You have the option of moving like this 5 more times, or if you'd like to add some difficulty, you can lengthen your legs coming into a reverse plank. And this is where the use of your socks come in handy. Take an inhale, press your hips up a little bit higher. And as you exhale, do the same thing. Push the hips back, let the heels slide on the ground. Inhale, come forward, reverse plank. Exhale, slide it back. Keep going. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, press it back. 2 more, whichever you chose. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, lift up. Find your reverse tabletop. Exhale, lower the sit bones back down. Nice, that was some hard work. Lengthen your legs, reach the arms up, deep breath. Exhale, forward fold as you surrender to your legs for a few moments. Notice the heart rate, the rhythm of the breath, sensations running through the shoulders. Inhale, reach the arms back up. And slowly cross the legs, roll over the knees, find tabletop position. We're keeping our socks on our feet here. We have a few more drills that we're going to be working on before we start to work some inversions into our flows. When you're ready, curl your toes underneath your feet, shift your hips up towards the sky, downward facing dog. So doing yoga with socks isn't normally typical, but for this occasion, it's really a great tool that we can use. So because your feet are tempted to slide on the floor with your socks, it's really asking you to activate more core strength. Take a moment to pedal out your feet, shake the hips out side to side. It's okay if you're playing slip and slide with your socks for now. Nice. On the next inhale, we'll slowly roll the spine forward, find plank pose. Spread the shoulder blades apart. Engage the core. Engage the glutes. Fantastic. On the next inhale, slowly see if you can swing your feet towards your wrists by lifting the hips up towards the sky, as so. Nice. Exhale, press them back to plank pose. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, feet come towards the wrists. Exhale, slide them back. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, slide it back. Start to lower down towards the belly. Hands come alongside your body. Palms to face down towards the ground. And as you inhale, lift the chest up, lift the feet up off the mat. Lotus pose. 3 breaths. Try to reach the fingertips back behind you to touch. Staying active in those arms. Last inhale. Exhale, come down to the belly, hands underneath the shoulders. Curl the toes, press back up, high plank. Hips to the sky, downward facing dog. 2 big breaths here. Beautiful. Inhale, roll forward, plank pose. This time, slowly shift your hips up towards the sky, slide the feet towards your wrists. Trying to stack the hips over top your wrists here. Nice. Land the feet between your hands. Take an inhale, find your halfway lift. Fingertips towards the shins. Pressing the shoulders away from the ears and activating the glutes. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach the arms up, standing tall. Exhale, cactus the arms out. Inhale, arms come back up. Thumbs to your forehead as you fold. Inhale, lift back up halfway. Exhale, fold forward, plant the hands down. As the hands stay grounded, shift your weight forward, trying to let the shoulders come past the fingertips, coming up onto your tippy toes. See if you can swing those feet all the way back into your plank pose. Nice. We'll do those plank and hip lifts a few more times. Inhale, lift the feet towards the wrists. Exhale, press it back. Firing up that core. Inhale to lift. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press it back. Deep breath in your plank pose. Exhale, lower down to the belly. Hands come alongside the body. And on the next in-breath, lift the belly and feet up off the ground. Holding for 3 breaths. Squeezing the glutes. Drawing the feet together back behind you. Pinky fingers are trying to reach back as well. Exhale, come back down. Hands are underneath the shoulders, curl the toes, press back up through high plank. Hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Slowly walk your hands back towards your feet. And take the feet a little bit wider than your hips. Big bend into your knees, belly comes down towards the thighs. Grab a hold of the opposite elbows as you ragdoll it out side to side. Working really hard with shoulder strength and core strength. These are the things that will keep you aligned and strong once you're inverting. A few more breaths. Wonderful. Slowly reach the spine up, lifting up 1 vertebra at a time. Once the head lifts, roll the shoulders back behind you just a few times. Notice how the breath is doing. Beautiful. Well done. So we'll bring our mats back towards the ground. Take off your socks. I'll give you a second to do that. And we'll be moving into some sequencing, trying to work some inversions into our practice. When you're ready, we'll meet back in our downward facing dog. Hips are reaching up towards the sky, heels are intending to the ground. Belly is reaching towards the thighs as the heart sinks low. On the next inhale, lift the heels up towards the sky. Exhale, sink the heels down. Inhale, lift the heels up. Exhale, sink it down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend into your knees, look forward to the top of the mat. So as you look forward, you're coming into a sort of prancing position. Open up your knees up nice and wide, like if you're a frog that's about to leap forward. Move like this, up and down just a few times. And when you're ready, slowly pounce your feet towards your hands to the top of the mat. Nice. Doesn't matter what that hop looks like, as long as you're trying to lift your hips up a little bit higher and land the feet between the hands. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Hips come down, arms come up, chair pose. Just for a few breaths. Inhale, lift up 2 inches. Exhale, sink it down 2. Hands come behind your lower back. Interlace those fingers and use the next inhale to broaden up the collarbones. Lift the hands up off the lower back. Exhale, fold over the legs. Hands reach towards the front of the room. Release the interlace of the hands. Allow the hands to come all the way back down to the floor. And as you find your inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Right foot steps to the back edge of the mat. Lower your right knee down. Next, in breath, we'll reach the arms up towards the sky. Find low lunge position. Nice. Big breath to reach the arms alongside the body. Take a hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Start to dip towards the left. Really lengthening through that side body. Inhale, come back up. Right hand takes a hold of the left wrist, dipping towards the other side. Inhale, arms come back up. As you exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, arms come back up. Exhale, hands come down, frame the front foot. Take an in breath, press your hips down just a bit lower, open up the heart space. Feel the lengthening through the right hip flexor. Exhale, press your hips all the way back towards the heel. Left toes point up towards the sky, runner stretch. Trying to keep the spine nice and long here. Fingertips are still in the same spot as where they were in your low lunge. Breathing through the sensations. Inhale, come forward once again. Ground the hands down, curl your back toes. Take the back knee up off the floor. Left foot will step back, high plank. Spread the shoulder blades apart, big inhale. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog as you inhale. Hips to the sky, downward facing dog. On the next inhale, heels will lift up off the mat. Exhale, bend into your knees. Find that prancing position once again as you look forward. We'll try to hop the feet towards the hands, lifting the hips up towards, or lifting the hips over top of the shoulders if you can. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale as you fold. Hips stay down, arms come up, chair pose. Inhale, lift up 2 inches. Exhale, sink it back down. Hands come behind the lower back. Interlace the fingers, and on the next in-breath, lift those hands up off your lower back as you broaden up the collarbones. Next, exhale allows the torso to reach down as the hips press up, forward fold. Gently release the interlace of the hands. Let the hands come all the way down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Left foot steps to the back edge of the mat. Lower the left knee down. Uncurl those back toes, and when you're ready, arms will lift up. Low lunge. Deep breath as you lengthen through side body. Exhale, left hand takes a hold of the right wrist. Start to dip towards the left. Gently come back up and switch hands as you dip towards the right. Inhale, come back up for 1 breath. Exhale, cactus the arms out. Arms come back up on the inhale. Exhale, frame your front foot. Take a moment to press your hips down just a bit lower. Broaden up the collarbones and the chest. And use the exhale to press the hips all the way back. Right toes lift up to the sky, this time for runner stretch. Keeping the integrity in the spine. Crown of the head is reaching forward. Feel the lengthening in the right side of the body. Inhale slowly reaches you forward once again. Ground the hands, curl the back toes, back knee lifts up. Right foot steps back, plank pose. Deep breath here. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog as you inhale. Hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Wonderful. Let's move into some more shoulder drills here. We'll come into some downward dog push-ups. So, keeping my hands grounded to the ground. That's funny. We'll move into some downward facing dog push-ups here. Keeping the hands stable to the ground. I'll start to bend into my elbows, drop the elbows down. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, lower the elbows down. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, lower down. 2 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This time, you can walk your hands closer towards each other, maybe coming into prayer hands, or slowly walking them closer towards each other, whichever you feel, making sure that the elbows are shoulder width distance apart. Slowly start to walk your feet in closer towards the elbows as you lift the hips up over top of the shoulders. Nice. If you're comfortable here, you can stay here, or maybe you'll try to reach your right leg up to the sky. Staying strong in the shoulders, really pressing the shoulders away from the ears. Lower that right foot back down, and then left leg will reach up to the sky. Lower the left foot down. Walk the feet back, find forearm plank. Nice. With an inhale, press your heels forward, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, heels come back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, heels come back. Still working on that core. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, press it back. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, press it back. Inhale. Exhale, press it back. Come back to the neutral forearm. Lower the belly down to the floor, Sphinx pose. Uncurl those back toes. Whew. Shoulders are working super hard here. Take a few breaths. Feel the gentle beating of the heart. Lengthening through front line of the body. If you'd like to deepen into this back bend, you can always open the hands up slightly more towards the outside edges of the mat. Spread the fingers wide and use an inhale to lift the elbows up off the mat, coming into that deeper back bend. Mild compression of the lower back. If it's painful or uncomfortable, please come back down. Taking these moments to rest. And slowly make your way back down towards your belly. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Curl the toes, press back up through high plank. Hips to the sky, downward facing dog. On the next in-breath, right leg will shine up to the sky for 3-legged dog. Keep those hips nice and squared here, so right hip is pointing down, left hip is plugging up. Exhale, draw your right knee towards your nose. Slowly land that foot between your hands. Nice. Setting up for warrior 2 here. Ground that back heel down. And use the next inhale. Lift the left fingertips off the mat as you cartwheel the chest up. Warrior 2. Deep bend in your front knee. Shoulders away from the ears. Take the next inhale. Straighten your front leg. Bring the hands towards your heart. Exhale, sink it back down. 2 more. Flip your front palm, exalt your warrior. Exhale, right forearm to your right thigh, left hand reaches to the front of the room, side angle. Lift the chest back up, start to bend into your back knee, skater lunge to the back edge of the mat, right toes lift up. One more time towards the back. And this time frame your left foot at the back edge of your mat, hands come down. Nice. Staying up high on the ball of the back toes. I'm lengthening through the right hip flexor. Take an inhale, press your hips down a bit lower. Exhale, press your hips up towards the sky as your toes lift up off the mat, pyramid pose. Hold for 2 breaths. Inhale, come forward once again, find your lunge. Use the next breath as you reach the arms up towards the sky. Settle into your lunge. Lengthening through that hip flexor. When you're ready, we'll start to reach the crown of the head forward, fingertips forward, come light on your back toes, find warrior 3 position. Keeping the hips squared once again. Fingertips are lengthening by the ears. On the exhale, start to bend into your standing leg, lowering down into a one-legged squat. Inhale, press back up, warrior 3. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, warrior 3, lengthening from fingertips all the way to the heel. And as you exhale, hands on the standing leg, land the hands down to the floor. I'm keeping a nice straight line again from my wrists all the way to my back heel. And again, I'll start to bend in my standing leg and maybe press myself all the way up. Try to find a little handstand hop. Let's do that again. Bend into your standing leg and maybe you'll find a little kick up. 2 more times. Inhale, press up. Yeah, little hops just like that. Lifting that foot up over top of my wrists, stacking over top of my hips. Nice. Come all the way back down. Drop your right foot to meet the left. Slowly shake it out, downward facing dog. Great job. So it doesn't matter what your kick-ups look like. Really try to imagine the float, imagine the lift as you start to stack the hips over top of your wrists. Great trick to do when you're starting off your handstand as well is to keep that L-shaped position in the legs. Not trying to lift both feet up over top of your head at once, just slowly lifting one at a time. On the next in-breath, left leg will shine up to the sky for 3-legged dog. Exhale, take your knee towards your nose, rounding the spine, and slowly land that foot between your hands. Setting up for warrior 2, ground that back heel. When you're ready, cartwheel the arms, warrior 2. Just a moment to settle into this shape. Catch your breath. Next, inhale, straighten the front leg, bring the hands to the heart. Exhale, sink it down. Inhale. Exhale, sink it down. Inhale. Exhale. Use the next inhale to flip your front palm, exalt your warrior. Exhale, side angle, take the forearm to the thigh. Inhale, lifts you back up, start to bend into your right knee, left toes point up to the sky, skater lunge. Exhale, bend into the left knee, right toes lift up. And slowly frame your front foot at the top of the mat, so my right knee is bent. Left knee is up off the ground, and I'll use the next inhale to press the hips down a little bit lower, lift the chest up. Exhale, hips come up to the sky for pyramid pose as the right toes lift. A few breaths here. Again, try to keep the integrity of your spine nice and long. Inhale, come forward, bending into the front knee again. Next breath, reaches the arms up, high lunge. Lengthen through side body. Sink those hips down just a bit lower. Start to shift the weight forward, lifting that back heel up off the mat, find warrior 3 position. Arms are reaching towards the front of the room. Hips are squared. Left hip is down, right hip is plugging up. Take a strong breath here. Exhale, start to bend in your standing leg. That one-legged squat. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, come down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Exhale. This time, inhale, lift up. Start to hinge at the hips. Drop the hips down to the ground. Bending into your standing leg. We'll try to do that little hop again. As you bend into the standing leg, press all the way back up like we just did, lifting the left leg up to the sky. Nice, little kick-ups. Let's do 3 more. Trying to stack your left heel up over top of the shoulders and the hips. Staying strong in those arms. Last one. Nice. Drop the left foot down, come back to your downward facing dog. Shake your hips out side to side. Inhale, come forward, find plank pose. Exhale, rolling like a wave, press your hips all the way back into that prancing position. Knees are nice and wide as you look forward to the top of the mat. Jump your feet towards the hands and try to find that lift, reaching the hips over top of the hips. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale as you fold. Hips stay down, arms come up, chair pose. Lift up onto your tippy toes, heels come up off the mat. Exhale, start to bend into your knees, open up the knees nice and wide, reach the hands as far forward as they can go. And with control, try to land onto your sit bones. Wonderful. Peace fingers will come to the inside of your big toes. Start to press the feet into your hands. Open up the legs nice and wide for wide-legged boat pose. Again, strong core. Shoulders away from the ears. 2 more breaths. Feet come back together. Let go of the feet, arms come alongside the body, Navasana. Exhale, lower down, find low boat. Keep the heels lifted up off the mat, shoulders up off the mat. 2 more breaths. Nice, draw your knees in towards your chest. We'll rock and roll up and down the spine. Once you have enough momentum, see if you can come all the way to standing at the top of your mat without using your hands. You might need a few rocks to do that. Take your time. And when you're ready, we'll meet at the top of the mat. Take an inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward, plant the hands down. Shift your weight into your hands. Try to stack your shoulders over top of your wrists or slightly forward. Engage your core and lift up on your tippy toes. Exhale, lower the heels back down. And relax the core. Do that again. Lean forward, lift up on your tippy toes. Can you lean up enough so that you can hop the feet back, high plank, or straight to chaturanga? Nice. Upward facing dog as you inhale. Hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Beautifully done. So we'll be moving towards our Pincha mayurasana now. Coming back to our downward facing dog push-ups. Making sure that the wrists and the shoulders are parallel to each other, so your shoulder width distance apart. Take an inhale, press the shoulders up towards the ears, spreading the scapulas. Exhale, lower the elbows back down to the mat. Strong in the shoulders. Inhale, lift the elbows back up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. You can keep the hands as they are, or if you're like me, you can draw the hands towards each other to create somewhat of a tripod stance. Keep your head lifted up off the mat by pushing the shoulders, and then slowly start to walk your feet in as you lift the hips over top of your shoulders. Same concept as your headstand. Lift your right leg up towards the sky. Start to find that one-legged squat, and then maybe you'll find a little hop. Stacking the shoulders, hips, and heel with one leg. Do that again 2 more times. Nice. Maybe you'll find a little float. Maybe the feet come together, you can stagger the legs. Beautiful. Shake your hips out side to side. Moving to the left side this time. Right foot stays grounded. Left leg lifts up. Bend into your right knee. And slowly start to kick up. 2 more. Wonderful. Take a few more breaths here to practice if you'd like, or slowly make your way to your Sphinx pose if you've had enough. Shoulders are working super hard here. So the trick really is to try to stack elbows, shoulders, and hips together and lifting that heel up over you. So the trick in your handstand too is to try to stay strong in the shoulders. So instead of collapsing the shoulders inwards, you're really lengthening and opening. Take a few more breaths here. You did such a great job. Slowly start to press into your left palm. Thread the right hand underneath the left arm. Come to relax your chest all the way down onto your right arm. Left fingertips reach toward the top of the mat. As you relax your right cheek down to the floor. And slowly start to bend into your left knee. Open that knee up like if you're doing a half frog pose. Right hand will reach towards your left knee. And then open up your left arm up to the sky and slowly lean back. Feel the lengthening and the stretching through your left pectorals and shoulders. It's a great stretch after all that shoulder work. Coming back to your breath and staying grounded. Using every exhale to release a little bit more. Maybe you'll stay here, or maybe you'll come and ground that right shoulder all the way back behind you, completing your twist. Two more breaths here. And gently make your way back. Taking that left elbow back down to the floor. Pressing through the elbow, let the left leg come back in. Right elbow comes back down to your Sphinx pose. When you're ready, press into the right hand, right elbow will lift up. Thread the left arm underneath the right, dropping your left cheek all the way down. Let your body weight come onto your left arm and really feel the sensations here between the shoulder blades. In your own time, you can start to bend into your right knee, opening up, find that half frog pose position. And left hand will meet that right knee as you start to open up that right arm. Really letting gravity do the work here. Just a few breaths as you soften into this shape. You have the option of staying here, or maybe you'll come and release that back top arm all the way back behind you, grounding both shoulders and completing the twist. Gently deepening into this twist with every exhale. Softening anywhere where you hold tension that's not needed. The ground is there to support you. The breath is there to guide you. And slowly making your way back out the way you came in. Taking that right elbow back down to the floor, pressing through the hand. Right leg meets back to the left, Sphinx pose. Exhale, come all the way to the belly. Hands will come alongside the body, palms to face down. And on the inhale, slowly lift your chest and your feet up off the mat. Lotus pose for 3 breaths. Using every inhale to lift up just a bit higher. Trying to press those fingertips far back behind you as if they're trying to touch. Exhale, lower down. Option to move into lotus pose once again, or maybe you'll start to bend into your right knee, reach your right hand to the outside edge of the right foot. Left knee starts to bend, hand comes to the outside of the left foot. And use the next in-breath to lift up, bow pose. Same concept here, feet are trying to touch together, drawing the knees together. Using the inhale to lift the chest up just a bit higher. Pressing the hands into the feet and the feet into the hands. One more breath. Exhale, lower all the way back down to the belly. Right cheek comes down to the floor. Notice the gentle thumping of the heart against the floor. And in your own time, lifting either arm as you make your way onto your back. Bending into both knees, draw the knees into the chest. Find a gentle rock side to side. Feet will come down to the mat, landing the heels a few inches away from your sit bones. Arms will come alongside the body, palms to face down. And on the inhale, hips will lift up towards the sky for our final inversion of the day. You can stay here for 10 breaths, or maybe interlace the hands underneath you, rolling either shoulders as you press the hips up just a bit higher. You are light, you are balanced, you are stable, and of course you are strong. 2 more breaths. Exhale, lower back down, 1 vertebra at a time. Allow the knees to come to touch as the feet become wider than the hips. Gently rocking side to side, windshield wiper in the knees. Going nice and slow. Even slower than what you would feel comfortable with. Gentle, mindful movement. Let the knees come back to center. Extending the right leg to the mat, the left leg to follow. Take up space with the arms and allow the palms to face up. As you arrive into your final resting Shavasana. You are light. You are light. You are light. Ever so gently, start to invite new breaths back into the body. Noticing how the breath moves through you. As you invite gentle movement through fingers and toes. Maybe find a gentle rock of the head side to side. On the next inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Find a full morning body stretch. Point your toes, squeeze your thighs, reach everything. Exhale, knees come in towards the chest. Hug your chin in. And here it's on time. Make your way onto either side of the body. Pressing your way back up to seated. We'll meet with the hands facing down onto the knees as a sign of grounding. And we'll close our practice with one deep cleansing breath. Take an inhale through the nose. Gently let it go. This time, big breath in. Let it go through the mouth. Slowly take the hands towards the heart. Hoping that you finish this practice feeling strong and balanced and extra playful. Thank you for coming to practice and explore your inversion journey with me. From my heart to yours, namaste.